Hey folks, I'm here with Ted, who's our Lower Susquehanna Riverkeeper, and we're going to talk about a couple things related to how our river smallmouth anglers here on the Susquehanna, or even outside of this region, can be helpful to bolstering the water quality and why water quality is important, and then the fishery and making sure that we protect our fisheries. Yeah. But can you tell me a little bit about what is a river keeper?
Sure. So, water keepers are all around the world. There's over 320 water keepers on 6 continents, protecting over 2.6 million square miles of water. So we have a license through Waterkeeper Alliance, which allows us to monitor and patrol for pollution and hold polluters accountable to the law. And where we do that in the Lower Susquehanna territory is from Selinsgrove to the Chesapeake Bay. So our territory ends at Havre de Grace, but we also have the Evgeniadis watershed. So if you look at the whole Susquehanna watershed and as a whole, there's 6 major subbasins. So we have 2 of them here in the lower section.
So that's your geography. What do you do to protect? Like, so, what are your actions? What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm out there monitoring, patrolling our waterways. So we have many different sources of pollution which are entering our creeks and entering the river. So I don't just manage the Susquehanna, but I manage every single tributary that feeds it. So, we work on issues like coal ash contamination, combined sewer overflow, hydroelectric dam relicensing, slaughterhouses, concentrated animal feeding operations, diseases which affect smallmouth bass. We have a smallmouth bass monitoring program.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of the viewers might know, in the Lower Susquehanna and also in other areas around the eastern seaboard, we've had issues with smallmouth bass exhibiting whether they're lesions or fungus or melanistic spots. Since 2005, researchers have studied intersex characteristics in our smallmouth bass, in our male bass, where they're having essentially eggs in their testes, which is totally unnatural. And the reasons why, some researchers have concluded is because of pollution. Specifically endocrine disrupting chemicals. So we're here in the city of Harrisburg, and Harrisburg is one that dumps raw sewage right into the river. They have a very old combined sewer system. So with that, obviously, and with raw sewage is going to contain stuff that we're flushing down our toilets. So you're going to have the pharmaceuticals and anything else that humans are ingesting, and which is going right back into the water, which is affecting these fish. Rewinding the clock back to 2005, when we had essentially a fish kill. I mean, we had a decimation of a population of smallmouth bass. And
so I was out here in 2005, and I remember you had a Young of the Year class that came out of the gates like crazy. Like, it was there was a lot of baby smallmouth, and it was good to see that. It was good to see them when they were tiny, and those numbers when they're just hatched, they look like they're totally black and they're about the size of a grain of rice. Mm-hmm. Right? Somewhere, a month into that, they're a little bit bigger, and then they, midsummer they're like that, but early summer you were seeing them like that, and they were dying, like a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of disheartening that, for me, from my experience seeing fish die on the Shenandoah. In 2003, I was guiding on the Shenandoah, and actually, in April with Josh Kreider, who's a local, he's a local angler around here. He took my kayak fishing class, and we pulled into an eddy, and it was just an eddy about the size, maybe half the size of this eddy right here on the ramp, totally filled with dead fish.
Wow.
And I told Josh, I'm like, we got to get off the water. We didn't have a riverkeeper then, and that slot was eventually filled by Jeff Kelby.
Yeah.
And it was very frustrating dealing with government agencies that say wrong agency, wrong district, and they're not there on the weekend. How do they get in touch with you?
So
we're lucky that we have someone that we can
Yeah, so getting in touch with me, and again, monitoring and patrolling for pollution, everybody and anybody can do it. So as an angler, we are out here, and I fish too, so we're out here on the water. We're a good group of stewards, because if you're a fisherman and you're fishing, you're out here a lot. So if you see, smell, hear anything that might be off, seeing an oily sheen or smelling what might be a sewage type smell, seeing a discharge into the water body that just doesn't look right, and you have to question yourself to ask yourself, is that something that should be happening right now? So all of those little concerns that you might just say, well, someone else is going to come here and worry about it. No, I mean, we are here to make sure that that pollution is kept in check. So that's my job, is to come out and respond to complaints from any citizen who might see something that's just not right. So you can reach out to me personally, Ted at lowsusriverkeeper.org, 717-478-1780. That's my phone number. You can also go to the website, lowsusriverkeeper.org. We do have a pollution reporting form, which is pretty comprehensive. You can throw in some pictures and videos and GPS coordinates and narrative details, and you can also fill out a complaint there. And I do my best to get out and respond to complaints. If it's going to take taking water samples and having them, analyzed at a lab, that's something that I do. I'm doing this 24/7, and we have a lot of issues in the Lower Susquehanna that I'm taking a look at. And
Ted, we're lucky to have you doing it. I appreciate it. I know.
Thank you.
Today we're here at the Native Watercraft No Limits Big Bass Power Hour. We're actually giving away a bunch of stuff.
Some cool stuff.
You actually got stuff from Susquehanna Fishing Tackle to they donated rod and reel, but I got a whole lot of other stuff there from Z-Man and Yak Attack and Lakewood Products and Innovative Sportsmen and local businesses. Blue Mountain Outfitters gave us some stuff, who else? I feel bad because I'll forget.
There's a
I
lot
know
of
that
stuff.
Delaware Paddle Sports gave us. There is a lot of stuff. It's over 60 prizes. Anyways, it was a side pot today that half the money went to Lower Susquehanna Riverkeeper to help you do what you're doing, and the other half goes to the angler who caught the single biggest fish in that. So they get over 1,000. I think it's 1,020. So Lower Susquehanna Riverkeeper gets 1,020, and
awesome.
whoever wins it gets that. But everyone gets the benefit of learning about river keepers.
We're not water keepers are ones that we step in when our state and federal agencies fail to do their job. So we are the watchdogs of this river. We're not supported by the state or federal government. We're totally supported by events like this and fundraisers and grants, membership dues, and donations. So totally grassroots movement. And so we're looking for members. We're looking for volunteer support. And we're looking for people to share our mission and to share our work. That's the only way that we're going to be successful, is if people are out there, sharing our work and making sure that, we have stewards out there on the water to let us know what's going on.
Cool. I appreciate it again. If somebody is not in the Susquehanna watershed and they want to know, do I have a river keeper?
Excellent question. So we have a lot of water keepers in the United States. Just here in the Chesapeake Bay region, we have about 17. So go to waterkeeper.org. If you're not in the Lower Susquehanna watershed, go to waterkeeper.org. You can, I believe, just put in where you live, and then your river keeper should pop right up, and then they should have contact information and the website and details, and you can reach out to them and really call them up and ask them what they're doing, what they're all about, how you can help out them, because we rely a lot on our volunteers, and however you can help them out, give them a call.
Cool. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah, thank you.